By our chief foreign editor, Rob Parson. So, Rob, what did the president have to say on martial law before Parliament votes on it?
Well, it was interesting because it's rather a watered-down version of what some people had been expecting. Most had been expecting that President Poroshenko would go for a 60-day introduction of martial law with much tougher restrictions, including perhaps postponing the elections, which are due next year. Now, many people were saying, well, look, this rather suggests that politics, internal politics, is at the heart of everything that President Poroshenko is doing at the moment. He's got very low ratings in the polls, and if elections were to be held soon, probably he would lose. So people were putting two and two together and suggesting that that was his motivation. But by taking this step, saying all he's looking for is 30 days and that will not involve postponing of elections, he has scotched that version of events. He's just keeping the pressure up, though, on Russia, keeping it in the international focus, and making sure that there is a state of readiness inside Ukraine. It's not a declaration of war. He made that absolutely clear this afternoon, talking about what his plans were. It's simply to put Ukraine on a state of alert.
Now, the UN Security Council is meeting to discuss this crisis. What can the international community do?
Well, in a word, not very much. Don't forget that Russia is a veto power on the United Nations Security Council. It can veto anything it wants, and it's certainly not going to approve of measures taken against itself. That said, it is embarrassing for Russia to be effectively hauled before the United Nations Security Council and forced to explain itself. Most of the members of the Security Council have already been, or many of the members, I should say, of the Security Council have already been extremely critical of what Russia has done with the Ukrainian ships. Others around the world have as well, organizations like the European Union and NATO. But at this point, you know, one shouldn't expect too much, I don't think, from the Security Council. It will talk about it, but it cannot impose sanctions of any kind on Russia. The danger for Russia will be that unless it responds to the criticism from the United Nations Security Council, that other organizations and states may indeed be considering putting fresh sanctions on Russia as a consequence of its decision to block the Straits of Kerch and access to the Sea of Azov to Ukrainian shipping.
All right, thank you very much indeed, Rob.